I'm going to need you to put those tiles back because we're going to start the game right now. Yo, Scarlet.
What?
I'm just going to move those tiles for you.
I have been meaning to change my name for a while, but no one will let me change my name to Becky.
I notice you've grouped yourself with the chicken. Interesting idea.
I mean, the chicken's blind, so you gotta tote it around with you.
What? Your chicken is blind? Oh, dude, that's so sad. Okay. We've all settled down into our new cubes. Excellent. Our next step is to set our calendars up. This is going to be a real complicated procedure, so you're going to have to follow me to the character sheet again.
I'm here.
Okay. Now, you see your work calendars there. Each of you has one. They're totally unique.
Yep, looks unique.
Yep. You don't share this work calendar with anyone else. Now, the way this is gonna work is I'm gonna shout out an event that's on the work calendar. Your first event has to touch the blue line. I don't actually have an adequate analogy for what the blue line is. It's just an important gameplay element. So, you just have to know about the blue line. So, the first piece you put down has to touch the blue line. Like this, for example. I'm going to do an example with Gary. Now, you haven't met Gary yet, and you probably won't, because he's just a template character that I use to show off examples of things. But, if you ever do meet Gary, let me tell you, he's a boring guy. Okay, so, you're also allowed to rotate the piece when you put it down. Although, it has to fit in the calendar. I mean, you probably don't want to rotate it at a 45-degree angle is what I'm saying. So once you've got that first piece in your calendar, and I'm not going to tell you what that first piece is yet because we haven't started playing the game, I'm going to give you another piece. And that piece has to touch the first piece, and it can't cross the blue line. But you can rotate it any way you like. Now,
So once we've picked a side, we can't go on the other side?
you can, but the pieces can't cross the line. So, they have to touch the original pieces. The pieces themselves can't go over the line, but you can cross the line when you're placing another piece. If that makes sense.
I just saw
They can't
boring
be on
Gary
the
do
line.
it.
What was
Is that
that?
what you're saying? They can't be on the line,
Yeah,
right?
they can't be on the line. They can't like cover up the line, but they can be over the line. But yeah, that's how that works.
Shape.
You've done it.
The little dots are a different
Way
thing.
far away. I got it.
Now we're learning how to rotate in Miro. Gosh, it's like a whole tutorial segment. This might become important in the future. For now, it's just kind of lame. Okay.
This might become part of our onboarding process.
Yeah, I should just play this game exactly as is with new employees at our company who need to learn how to use Miro. Because it actually could be pretty helpful.
It's kind of great.
Okay, so. Oh my god, Steven. Look at that beautiful art you've made. You're so bulky.
What's he doing?
Such a good chicken.
Oh, he's so buff.
I'm getting distracted. Okay, so. I'm going to keep giving you pieces and you're going to keep putting them on the board. Here are some additional rules, because you know what you love, it's rules. You can't put pieces down over the green squares. Those squares are blocked off for important events. Now, at the end of the game, you'll lose points if you haven't covered up the one-on-ones. You want to cover up those one-on-ones.
Nobody likes one-on-one.
Because no one likes one-on-ones. They're one-on-ones with me, and I'm super cool. But you want to cover them up with events because you'll lose points. 1 point per one-on-one. You'll also lose points for any day that you don't have an event planned, because those are days you have to work, and work is a totes bummer. So, when you put these things down, you don't want to lose those points. You want to make sure to cover all the days. Here's the thing, though. Birthdays. They're a lot of fun. If you cover them, you won't get points, because the birthdays are actually worth an extra point if you leave them uncovered. But
I enjoy one-on-ones, though.
look, a lot of us enjoy one-on-ones. I don't think it's fair that you should lose the point for not getting a one-on-one with me. I'm not sure if I said that right. I don't always do my double negatives properly, but let's just say I don't always think it's fair, but that's the way the rules work. Gotta avoid those one-on-ones. Gotta make sure not to cover up those birthdays.
Birthdays or the one-on-ones?
You want to cover
either?
You want to cover up the one-on-ones, but you don't want to cover up the birthdays.
Okay.
And then there's one final rule, which is that for every contiguous block of color, you get points for every square in that block.
I think
But it has to be the biggest contiguous block of that
I
color.
think
So if
these are a
you,
good time to really get to know people is all. I don't know. I'm just not.
I understand your feeling about
I'm not going to
one-on-ones.
be here for that much longer.
I'm going to switch away from Jeffrey for a bit so I can try to make sure that we got the rules, down here. But, okay, so you want to create large blocks of color because you get points for the largest block of every color, but you don't get points for smaller blocks of those color. So, in the case of, like if I were to go over to Gary here and create a block here that's got one of these and one of these and one of these and one of these, I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points in yellow and 5 points in blue, but I wouldn't get any points for this smaller block of yellow over here because it's not touching this yellow block on top. And that'd be over here. Like I get 3 points for this or 4 points for this, but it's always the largest group of color, not any individual side colors. And that's I think all of that is every single rule to this. It's only a couple of rules, but there's still some rules here. You want to cover up the one-on-ones, you want to not cover up the birthdays, you want to cover up as many days as you can, and you get points for the largest block of any given color. And the way this is going to work is I'm just going to read off tiles to you, and you got to put those down on the board until we've run out of tiles. And that's the entire game.
In order as you read them.
In order as I read them. So Shayla Shauna is over here. You both have SH names. I'm going to have a real problem with that. One of you is going to have to change your actual real life name. It's the only way.
You could just call them
I
Scarlet
was
and
gonna
Doreen.
say, yeah, my nickname is Shiggles, but that also doesn't help.
Yeah. Scarlet and Doreen is what I should go with. I should just start calling you by your character names because, I'm a DM. That's what I should be doing. Okay, Scarlet, I'm going to need you to put those tiles back because we're going to start the game right now. Yo, Scarlet. I'm just going to move those tiles for you.
I have been meaning to change my name for a while, but no one will let me change my name to Becky.
Yet. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys
Okay.
your first.
I just want to say, I've been trying to change my real name for a while, but no one will let me change my name back to Becky or to Becky.
Is this like a legitimate problem you're having in real life? Is that no one will let you change your name to Becky? Or is this a Scarlet problem? I'm having trouble following.
I don't know.
The threads of reality.
It's unraveling around me. Who's Becky? Okay.
One day.
So our first piece. Dudes, our first piece. You've got to find a place in your calendar for the Office Trivia Slam.
Office trivia.
It's got to touch the blue line because it's your first piece.
This is a real IRL problem. This is an IRL problem.
I wonder, like, is that a judge thing? Like, is there a judge out there who's like, no, nobody should be named Becky anymore?
There are some countries that are like that.
That is true. Is it from the I like big butts connotation? We're like, oh my god, Becky.
It is so big.
Look, Scarlet, I'm gonna give you a little bit of slack here because, you know, you're, our, I'm not gonna say oldest worker, but oldest worker. No, that's actually perfect. You've done it right. I'm just being a butthole. I'm sorry. Okay, now you've got your first piece down. You've planned out where you're gonna put the office
No,
slam
it's
jam.
like it's all of a lot of my best friends have like really bad exes named Becky. It's like,
Yeah, but that's on them.
Okay,
Those are their
I'm really curious, Scarlet, are you listening to the audio through the Twitch stream with its several second delay? Because if
Yeah,
you're
everything
doing
you're
it that way, you should listen to the audio through the Discord, because otherwise you're going to be way behind all of us when we're talking, and it's going to get really confusing.
That would explain a lot.
there's a lot of people who are ageist at this company.
Yes, because now you're responding to my ageist remark from several minutes ago, which, while funny,
It's
is
a
going
thing.
to become a
It's like
problem.
if you're borderline, you want to be named Becky, but I'm borderline. I
Oh, we're
deserve
stuck
my
in the
name
past,
Becky.
dudes! Oh my god!
What is reality right now, you guys?
Reality's unfolding!
I am.
Take my water.
Wait for it. I think Becky's catching up.
I think she's now. I think she's reached now. Well, not now.
When will that be next?
When will that be now? Soon.
I am terribly sorry. I was trying to be on my AirPods.
No, I mean, I understand how you got there, but it's very funny because I was starting to treat Scarlet like a very old woman because she clearly was not following the conversation at the proper rate. It was kind of funny.
That's true.
Oh, sorry. That's okay. We're back on board, everyone. Now, you have to find a place in your schedule for the Trust Building Summit.
Trust building summit.
It's an L shape and it's in the top right.
And it has to touch.
It has to touch your
Stop.
first piece, and it
Right.
can't overlap the blue line.